think we're live. I'm using that Prism app again today. I couldn't remember how I did it, so I'm hoping this looks good and you guys can hear me. Just checking my light. Go to YouTube. If you're watching the replay, just go ahead and fast forward to see something happening. Can you guys see me and hear me okay? Hi Janet, hi Joanne, hi Dar, hi Shannon. So I got some stuff to show and then we're gonna have a play. Just gonna wait to see if you guys can hear me. Trying to clean up my desk a little bit too. I'm hoping this microphone works better than last week. I'll try to speak up as well. It was a little bit, for the live the volume was okay, but on the replay the volume was low. So if it's low again today, I apologize. Yes, you can see and hear. Excellent. Hi, Robin. Hello, Diane. So I'm going to start showing some stuff. This is the video I just did and posted yesterday, and it's using image transfer I did from this new collage soup book, Something to Talk About. So it's on a round canvas, a 12-inch canvas from the dollar store. So I have a whole process video on how I did that. So check it out. Check it out. And a lot of the techniques I did for that canvas were learnt from Dede Willingham. So shout out to Dede. This is some Happy Mail. Well, it's partly an order and partly Happy Mail from Lovely's Crafting Lodge. So she had a free shipping event. I'm just going to try to adjust my camera a little bit here. She had a free shipping event. Hi, Barbara. So I ordered a few things, and she said that Colleen, CK Art, sent me some stuff, gifted me some stuff, and Dede Willingham gifted me some stuff as well. I don't know who gifted what. I remember I ordered these. So she took paint chips, and she used embossing folder on them, and then she sewed around the edges. How cute are those? And then this is, she does a lot of paper dyeing. I'll put a link to Lovely's channel. I'm going to write down all these links that I'm going to say I'm going to do. I'm going to write them down as I say it so I don't forget to do it. So Lovely's Crafting Lodge. All right, so these are like CD cases that she dyed. Those are very pretty. I think I ordered those, I'm not sure. And I feel like I ordered these tags. And another sticker, and then a nice keychain. And then there's a little free gift here as well. I hope I'm not missing anybody coming in. Thanks for hanging out with me, everybody. So some little papers. Extra papers, some cool dyed tags, and then these are paper bags that are dyed. But isn't that cool? It looks like stone. I really like those. And there's dyed on both sides. I think this one's my favorite one because it looks like stone. You don't have to use them as bags. You could tear them up and use them as collage papers too. Barbara loves show and brag. And then these are other bags that look like coffee dyed. And they smell like coffee dyed. I like the smell of coffee. Yeah, that's definitely coffee dyed. I don't know if she puts hers in the oven or not, but thank you to Jaquelyn at Lovely's Crafty Lodge. Thank you, Dede and Colleen, for the gifts. So I want to shout out Lovely And then I forgot to show last week, 2 weeks ago, we did that stream where we used bubbles on the gel plate. And I had one that I was going to pull off camera. And I did do, what's that called? A short, or yeah, I did a short that I put on YouTube. I also put it on Instagram. So I just wanted to show you guys that come to my lives how this paper turned out. So I think it's really cool. I definitely want to do that technique again. Something about the Dawn just so it made it a bit sticky in terms of like the doing the pull off print. I think I would try it with a little bit less dish soap. And I think I had put Bombay ink in my dish soap. Maybe I would use acrylic ink instead. I don't know. Something about it got like a little bit sticky, but I like the effect overall. Hi, Pamela. Welcome, welcome. This is a birthday card that I got from my friend Linda Gibbs, and she has a channel. She does lives on Facebook, but she also posts them to YouTube after. And her name is Linda Gibbs, Stamping Up something or other. I will link her below, Linda Gibbs. So she gave me this really nice card, and she like embellished the envelopes. And then she also gave me this little gift box that she made. It's got like a little magnetic closure. And then she gave me a bunch of cards that she made, all with like coordinating envelopes. So if you end up getting one of these cards, I'll try to remember to put her name on the back. Oh, that's cute. I'll write her name on the back because she forgot to write her name. Linda, you need to write your name on your cards. But aren't those pretty? She's my Stamping Up dealer enabler. If you're in Canada and you're looking for a Stamping Up consultant or demonstrator, then check out her channel. I'm sure she'd be happy to help you. Am I zooming in close enough? Let me zoom in a little bit more now that I have less stuff on my desk. Can I zoom in? There we go. That's better. Hooray for cake! Yay for cake! Hey, Janet. I said hi to you earlier, but maybe you left to get a coffee. Look at that. Isn't that pretty how she puts the extra paper on the envelope itself? And like the ribbon. And she pre-stamped them for me, which is awesome. So thank you very much, Linda. Her channel name is Linda Gibbs. Let me see if I can put it into chat. Let me go. I'm just going to do a quick little search here. Here we go. Here, I'm going to put her YouTube channel into chat, and then you can always, I'm pretty sure on her YouTube channel she has her other information about her Facebook page and her demonstrator page. So I put in Linda's link there. Okay. All right. The other thing I wanted to show was I got this coloring book enabled by Cat and Paste. Look how thick it is. It's a bit smaller size. I have one of the Lulu Mayo coloring books, Million Cuties, I think. And I've always looked at other ones, so it's about 7 1/4 by 9 1/4. And this is actually a compilation book, and she showed it on one of her streams. So maybe, Dar, could you link Cat and Paste's YouTube channel? So she does amazing coloring. Like, she would make this page look super realistic and really cool, but it's separated by seasons in French, en français. Where's the French? So anyways, the first one is, I should put little stickies for the seasons. First one is autumn. And then there's winter. Let's see if we can find winter. That looks wintry. There we go, hiver. So, and the paper is not like that Amazon paper. It's a little bit thicker. So I'm looking forward to coloring that. I'm thinking this summer I'm going to color on the deck. I'll do some, bring that out there because I really enjoy coloring her little simple, simple yet complicated illustrations. All right. Hi, Lydia. Who else did I miss? Is the sound okay? I think I saw someone said hi to Safia. And that's what I'm going to show next. Hi, Diane Bell. Hi, Ann Makes. So if you want to see the show and share, you'll have to fast forward to previous part. Is the lighting okay at my iPad? Things look a little bit dim on my iPad. But so she sent me this card, and I was like, oh, I forgot to post this on my Instagram stories. But this pattern is one of her hand-carved stamps, and it's actually her new stamp that just got released this month at PM Artist Studio. So Safia Button, Safia. So check her out. I ordered this stamp this morning, so I will have a play with that for you guys when it gets here. And she sent me, she lives in the UK, and she sent me some ATC cards as well. Go girl. And then this tag, and it's on like a canvas or fabric. Not my circus, not my monkeys. My monkeys fly. That's so cute. Where am I? I hope I'm, where's my camera? My camera's over here. Okay. Now, something about Safia's style really appeals to me. Now, she had sent me a bunch of papers, and I don't know if you guys remember. She'd sent me a big sheet as well, and I jelly printed on it. I added the black and the blue, but the base of this is Safia's paper, and I mailed it back to her. Well, I cut it in half, and I made one for myself. So this is what I sent back to her. I sent her like this, but this is my half. I sent her this with a bunch of jelly printed inserts. And then she did this awesome job of sewing it up. And the reason I sent her this size is because, this is a long story. She had sent me this whole journal that this is all her on the cover. And she'd sent me a bunch of her papers. So I sent her something back, and then she sent it back to me. She said, I know when you sent this to me, it was a gift to keep, and I fully intended to do so. But once I started working on it, it felt more and more like an artistic collaboration between the two of us, a meeting of artistic styles and minds, if you will, that frankly, it doesn't feel right not to send it back to you. So you can see up close and personal the final results of this collab. So I hope you'll forgive me returning your gift. Please enjoy this. It was such fun to do. Kind regards. I don't know what that says. Kind regards, something as ever, Safia. So she sent it back to me. So I'm going to do a flip through. Now I feel like my drop sheet is very distracting. So let me just put this black piece of paper here. And we'll zoom in, and we're going to take a nice look at this book she sent me. As ever, yes. For those of you just coming in, I already showed my canvas that I made. I did a process video for this on my channel. It's a video, not a live stream. So if you want to see how I did that, I used a lot of Dede Willingham techniques. Go check out my video on YouTube. And I also did a flip through of this new, well, not new, this collage soup book that I just bought because I couldn't find a flip through on the internets. So I thought I'm going to make a flip through to help other people decide if they want that book. All right, so I'm going to zoom in. Zoom, zoom, zoom. And we're going to flip through this awesome book. Even my husband looked through it and he said, that's really cool. So he really liked it. So in general, the base pages are papers I sent to her. So I'm not going to itemize everything. And then things added were things that Safia made. So like this is one of her stamps that I actually have this stamp, but this is what she added to this page. So I'm not going to go into too much detail. I'm just going to flip through. I'll read the words. Extraordinary, strangely quiet, but then nothing felt normal at the moment. And I just loved all her little additions. Stay awake and ponder. This is, I think, another one of her stamps. Like the swirling draperies of a throng of dancers. Should I zoom in a bit more? Hi, Anina. Let me zoom in just a smidge more. It's pretty good, but there, we'll do that. Then I don't have to lift it up. Carrying his modest truth, some hours in his journey, too tired, carry me. Now, one thing I want to say is I really love Safia's style. I love her little loopiness that she does. And I'm going to talk about that after I do the flip through. Hi, Anlar. I'm going to bring this a bit closer. There you go. Hi, Marguerite. Her eyes wide with curiosity. We never really grow up. We only learn how to act in public. I wonder. Happy Hughes. All those questions she asked in fascination. Spaced out. I never listened to what she was saying. She wasn't sure what to do with herself. She tried to read The Afternoon Dragged. With those mad impulses, walk barefoot. That's another one of her stamps. Hi, Linda. I already showed your cards. Don't be silly. I think that's one of her stamps too. We're all coming with you. Some of the backgrounds are my stencils, like that's my Lucky Loop stencil, and that background is my fish stencil. So this is, for example, like all the base of the pages are prints that I made or papers I put in, and she added a lot of things to it. So you can be a bit odd sometimes. You what? So I just love her style. Like I just want to do more of that kind of thing. They're peculiar, I'll give you that. They've been manipulated on a computer. Now this she totally added. It's like some sort of picture, but it looks like a dinosaur. I don't really know where that's from. Okay, I'm not going to read that. My husband read that. He's like, what? I said, I don't know. Maybe it's an English thing. That spaced out is a nod to everyone who said those flower stamps look like aliens. Nice. Now I'm eating between meals. I'm being driven to it. You shouldn't. You still have good teeth. It's true. It isn't fair. Tall from the library of tall and ruddy and darkly bearded. So each of these prints, by the way, each of these pages, where's my ruler? I think are about 4x4, which is interesting. Oh no, last week we did 3x3 squares. Oh, they're a biscuit. Yeah, okay. I said that to my husband. I said, maybe there's something different in the UK. All right. So she ate a biscuit. Babies in a ball of grass. That's so interesting. I'm not waiting here. She couldn't go back. Given to wild ideas. And this background I remember was one of her stamps as well. The ink striped splots or something. People hurried, greetings, the thump of time, empty as a drum, the scent of spice and flowers, let go, it's all for the best. After a while, like I can't remember what part was from me and what part was from Safia. Safia, I can't say your name. I know that's one of my abstract bridge stencils. Choosing her words very carefully, it wasn't a yes, it wasn't a no, it was the best he was going to get. All the battleship confidence run around on the rock. box. That looked like it was embossed, but I think it's just white paint. Crotchety at the best of times. That's her stamp in the background. I recognize that. No need to be shy. Live life in color. Have we met? Every artist is special. And there's her stamp, the ink spot stripes ones that she just said is actually now a stencil. It was ages ago now. And then this design that you see frequently, that's Paula Keen's Ruin Blocks, which is one of my favorite stencils to use as well. Sometimes I like to imagine that I'm just a dream that someone is having. I'm not real. Put a spring in your step. I'm not past learning. My curiosity is insatiable. And I recognize this is her Safia's bird nest stamp. Safia wrote, yay, love that you're confused as to whose is what. I was trying to match our styles together, a mashup. Well, you did a great job. I just love it. Meet the water balloon of death. My husband loved that one. He thought that was hilarious. It's hard to imagine. And this is like a thicker piece. You gave me some of these little pieces too. Praying for the wind to change. Closing her eyes and breathing. So when is this old enough to know better supposed to kick in? It's a little bit of snark there. So it looks to me, I think this is, I don't know if I had that in there or if it was Safia's paper. It looks like it had an orange base and then she negative painted on it with the turquoise and then added the white Posca. Spend a whole morning choosing the best vegetables for a pepper soup, buy yards of fabric decorated in all the colors of the rainbow. Argue over the price of cardamom with a man whose family have been spice traders for generation. That kind of market. I wonder what kind of books you read, Safia. And then that's she's got some leaf stamps too. Long live cats. Woo! Embracing imperfection. Don't worry, girl. A cup of tea before we go. I just love it. The sun lay low in the west. Almost the whole day had gone by, leaning on the windowsill, well amused, people watching. All life lies ahead. There's plenty of time. Courage is being yourself every day in a world that expects you to be someone else. Completed February 2025, Arty Collab by Safia Button and Yolande Alexander. So that's the little book that she sent me, and she added this cool enclosure. So it's a combination of her papers and my papers. And hey, April. So I hope you guys like that. I love it. I'm going to cherish this forever. Thank you so much for sending that back to me. Now I'm going to have to work in the one you sent me and send it back to you. We did actually start on this, I think last week or the week before. Oh, the bubble week. I had added some papers in here. So this is gonna, maybe we'll work on this today, and eventually this might find its way back to the UK. Hi, Steph. All right. Before I go on to some of my thoughts, I just wanted to show, I was doing a little bit of watercolor doodling, and I didn't finish this because I got interrupted by the family. But this one, I used the Gansai Tambi granulating colors, which are these colors here. And then I muted them down with the graphite colors, the Gansai Tambi graphite colors. So if you don't like bright and vibrant, you can always mute things down. I know that Janet, you did a stream using graphites and stuff. I can't remember, but this isn't finished. I would definitely, you know, do some more doodling on that. This is just a mixed media book that I just do. Oh, it's watercolor. I just do, let me zoom out a little bit too close. Just a second. Zoom out a little bit more. So this I started last October. So I just do watercolor swatches and then I add doodles to it. It's kind of inspired by Vivian Gonzalez art, which reminds me, I'm gonna do a link to Safia's Instagram account, and I'll try to look up this one. Vivi Gonzalez. She has YouTube and Instagram. Hi, sister. Yeah, so Janet says she did both sets. This is when I got the Gansai Tambi graphite colors. So I swatched them here, and then I did some doodles, and then or some swatches and some doodles. I really find that relaxing. So this was the next one I was gonna work on, but I'm not gonna work on it today. I just wanted to show you what's in progress. Hi, Patty. Patty is the bumbling crafter. So I'm gonna go put that on my watercolor desk. Oh yeah. So this morning when I was thinking of what should I do today, I was watching Jackie, what's her name? Jackie Bernardi? Let me look at, I'm just gonna put in chat the video I was watching this morning. Let me just go find it. Yes, it's share Jackie Bernardi, and I really enjoy her. And I was watching a video where she was exploring Rex Ray, who was a collage artist back in he graduated from the San Francisco Art Institute in, I don't know what year, but he moved there in 1981. And he is a collage artist. So I just printed out his Wikipedia biography. He passed away in 2015. He was remembered as a versatile graphic designer who created book covers, tour posters, and album art in San Francisco for 35 years. His work is in museums, including Berkeley Art Museum and Pacific Film Archive, the San Francisco Museum of Modern Art, and the San Jose Museum of Art, and the Urbina Bueno Center for the Arts. So Jackie Bernardi, who I'm going to link, I think I put it in the chat, right? Yeah. So I'm going to put Jackie Bernardi. She was talking about how, you know, she loves his style, and she was making some painty papers. Hi, Christine. And Bernardino. Yes, sorry, I said it wrong. Bernardi? What is it? I just looked it up. Jackie Bernardi. Jackie Bernardi. So I also went to, looked up Rex Ray and under images, and I just printed out some of the things that he's done, just to give like an overall sense. Like a lot of his things are very intricate. I'm really drawn to the sort of simple ones, and I think that's what I like about Safia's style. It's almost like mid-century modern with vibrant colors, and I do have a love of vibrant colors. So I just, that's going to go in my Society of Idea Collectors book under Inspirations. What did I miss? Oh, the Woomers on Amazon Canada were like $80. Yeah. So, yeah. I did get a set of Hawaii Ohuhu crayons, pencil crayons from Amazon. I think Coloring Bee recommended them, and I haven't used them yet, but they look pretty good. Okay, so look at my messy desk. So I thought we could maybe make some painty papers and glue down some papers into this collaboration that Safia and I are now doing. So I thought like something like these turquoise and yellows and oranges. Oh, here I glued that down too. I added a wash to that. I have worked in this book. I did this on the weekend. I added a gel print on top and some stuff. So like something like this, we could cut out a shape, or this is an image transfer from one of the collage soup books. I would say it's using green paint, and then I picked it up with yellow, orange, and red. So the red made the green go kind of gray, which I'm not mad at. Oh, my chat stopped. Hi, Dede. Hi, Dawn. Dede, I showed the canvas that I did the video of that you inspired. So, and I'm trying to encourage people to go watch this video. It's interesting how my videos are shorter, but my lives get more views, but it's all good. It's all good. Yes, it's a fun little size. Okay, so we could start cutting this out and putting it in, but I think let's make some painty papers first. Thanks, Dede. And I thought to make the painty papers, we could use some stencil bits. So when you order stencils from PM Artist Studio, if you ask for outer bits and inner bits, they're most likely going to send you things like this. I think it's usually from stencils you've ordered, but I'm not positive. So I thought this would be fun to play with on the Gelplate, which reminds me, I have done what you call a Franken-stencil, where you take something like these and you piece them together and you make a print. And what I've done is I compiled some of my favorite prints into a portfolio so that I can easily, see how easy it is? See how quickly I'm finding things? I can easily find things that I'm referencing. Where is that? Here it is. So I did a video a couple years ago, I think it was in 2023, where I did a Franken-stencil such as this. Let me just move this up a little bit this way. Uh-oh, did I break it? Uh-oh, I think I broke it. Oh no, we became unhooked. We're unhinged, people. Uh-oh. Oh no, I have to go under my desk to fix this. Okay, everybody close your eyes. Oh gosh, this is gonna fall. Oh no. I'm gonna have to, I hope you guys can't see my bump. Ah! Okay, close your eyes, I have to go under the desk. Technical difficulties. My camera. I gotta read. Switch this on. Here we go. Oh. It's always something, right? Now I'd be interested to see if you guys could hear me. Oh, oh dear. Whew. Can you guys hear me under my desk? I was trying to adjust this and the whole thing came loose. Whew. Avert your stare. Unhinged. Oh goodness. Okay, so I made what I call a Franken-stencil, or I don't call it that. That's what PMR Studio called it. And I did some prints using it. And I like this one because it looked like a warrior with a shield. And then, but if you put it a different way, it looked totally different. And then there's another one here. And then that looked more like a fish. So anyways, that just reminded me of doing Franken-Stencils. Oh. Okay, so I did a portfolio, so I've got like a lot of my favorite prints in here when I'm looking for something. Sorry, Juju. I'm out of breath though. That was traumatic. That was traumatic. Yes, Franken-Stencil. I did not invent Franken-Stencil. And Robin says she's heard of that before even watching PM Artist Studio. Okay, cool. All right, now I'm all crooked. Let me just readjust. Now I should put something under here because my drop paper is very splotchy. Let me just grab a piece of white paper. So in compiling my little portfolio, I realized, which it wasn't really a new realization, that I really enjoy bright, vibrant colors. All right. Okay. Whew. I'm still recovering. Still recovering. You know, I don't use these very often, and they're perfectly fine paints. So let's pull the whole thing out. We've got many, many colors here to choose from. These are just a set of Montmart acrylics. And just to make life simpler, uh-oh, I think things are rotating again. We can also add some gloss glazing liquid. So I don't have anything really totally planned other than let's make some painty papers, cut out some shapes, and add them to the little journal. Yeah, Lucy won't come into the studio. This is why, exactly. Okay, let's start with orange. Or even an ombre. And I don't have any brayer off paper. So I'm not gonna list the colors because they're just generic colors. Here's orange, here's lemon yellow, but you know. And let me make a space over to my right for some, just clean up. I didn't clean up very well after making that video, so it's a bit of a mess. Okay, keep that, and some paper for brayer off. You can also use brayer offs. Oh, I just saw something else I forgot to show. I also went to the Dollarama and I found, or was this at Walmart? I think this was at Walmart, this one. So this is Twistables, and it has like the different colored, like confetti type, metallic and neon. So I thought those were kind of cool. And then this really cheap $2 coloring book. I know that Cat and Paste has been doing a lot of those simple coloring book, cute, what are they called? Cozy, cute and cozy. But I thought this would be fun to do kind of like cute and cozy, simple coloring. Just do a quick little flip through. And this was just at the dollar store for $2. So I thought that would be fun. It's not a huge size. So, okay. Sorry, that was a little side trail. Little rabbit trail there. Okay, let me get my... This is not going to work for me. I'm going to have to move those paints because they are going to be in the way. All right, there you go. Just do a little ombre. And let's throw on some stuff. Let's do that. What else? Maybe these. I think these are from Rhonda's Suspicious Sprouts. Bye, Sophia. Thanks for coming. And I would like to put that onto a piece of paper that already has some color. So I'm going to go over to my painted paper / brayer off drawer and grab a stack. Let's see. I think that would look cool. Something like this. So these are previous brayer off papers. All right, Sophia, I'll give that information to hubby. He'll be good to know. He'll be glad to know that. Christine says she was eyeing my sleep out couch in my art room, but now you're not sure. You have to consult with Lucy. Yes, it's a danger zone. Actually, my brother slept here a few times. And so that's cool. And there's still a, let's leave that on there. And we could put this, flop it off onto... Let's flop that off onto some other paper. Just gonna move that over here. Let's do... So we're just making a bunch of vibrant painty papers. And then we could use them to cut out shapes. We could rip them up to do abstract landscapes. Sometimes my brain works faster than my mouth. So please excuse me if I'm not speaking clearly. So just taking that off, giving it a little bit of a rub. Love that abstract, minimalistic, mid-century modern vibe, you know? Let's go this way too and see if we get anything off there. All right. I'm gonna put those over there so they don't all stick together. So now we have that. So we've already got 2 papers. That one I would definitely add to. This one I kind of like the way it is. I think if we cut out some shapes, it might look cool. Or we could even do a glaze over top. Although with that yellow being there, I'm not sure what color glaze would work. I'll think about that. So this is dry. This is still wet. We need that to dry. It's hard to art and talk at the same time. It is. Thanks, Dar. Thanks everybody for coming. Oh, I'm not in all messages. Let me just go to all messages. Oh, Christine said she carried that book around at Dollarama, but she put it back. It was $2. Come on, go get it. Go get it right now. Leave. Get in your car. Drive to the Dollarama. All right, so that we need to let dry. Let's grab out another plate. And what we can do is maybe we can use some turquoise, and we can use this to do the sort of the swish off. So let's grab some more of these, grab some more of those shapes. Let me get some turquoise or aqua green. Aqua green. Should we do another ombre? I think we should. So when I was doing filming that video, it was really fun to just be filming and not having to talk, actually. I did have some nice prints that came out of that when I was doing my warm-up. I'll show you guys. I'll show you. So the reason I'm doing ombre is because I am planning to tear these up, so I want some variety to pick from too, right? Okay, let's grab, I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut some of these up into some pieces. Let me just get this side cut too. So I'm not thinking a lot. Well, I'm thinking a little. Let's do that. And then this one I'm going to cut another little appendage here. I probably should have cut them before I put my paint down because the paint is drying as we speak. Do another one of these. And I did have some circles somewhere, but I don't know where they went. I think let's do one more. That, and we'll pick it up with this one. Hi, Zenjen. Oh, I have to get my taxes done. I had trouble sleeping last night because I was thinking, oh, I really should have done that yesterday. I had some other paperwork stuff that I did yesterday instead, but all right. So here, kind of, did it dry up or did I just not press it down? Let's see. Yeah, it dried. So I took too long. And let's roll that back off on this one. Do you guys want me to zoom out a little bit? Am I too close? I love graph paper. Hi, Jennifer. So it's sort of drying a bit, but that's okay. Yeah, that's pretty dry. I think this one we should be able to get something off of. So if you guys watch Jackie Bernardi, she's got a really cool setup. She has her overhead camera, like what I'm showing here, but then she also has a camera that faces her, and you'll see her like dancing to the music, and she'll like get a print and she'll get all excited and she'll go, ah, like you see her reaction. So she's very entertaining to watch, very knowledgeable, established collage artist, I think. So there's also a thing that I was thinking about is like, I kind of think, who am I to be making videos? Like, I don't really know what I'm doing. But I have fun exploring with you guys. I'm not an expert. Okay, let's let that dry. Jackie Bernardi. I did put a link to one of her videos in the chat. Okay, so let's grab... Oh, bye, Senjan. Are you going? Hi, Julie Parker. Okay, I'm thinking orange to yellow, like kind of do like a reversey Uno, you know? Will it be enough contrast though? Or orange to red. I don't know if this is opaque enough to show, so let's do yellow. Maybe with a pink in the middle. Okay. Diane, that's a good point. She said she wasn't an expert at one time in life either. True. But I guess the difference is I'm sitting here making content. Sorry, you guys can't see that. I'm making content based on my limited experience. And I'm sure sometimes I've said incorrect things and have led people astray, which, you know, I definitely didn't mean to. It's kind of like the more you know you don't know. You know, I never went to art school. My background is more in the science realm. So, but I appreciate you guys that hang out with me and encourage me and watch me, and as I learn and grow, and it's been a wonderful journey. Just getting my paper ready here. And I learn from you guys too, which is pretty incredible that, you know, we can have this community where we're all learning from each other, I guess, right? Okay, so I'm just doing a little bit of a ombrino that way. And I'm trying to do a nice even roll off because we're using these sprayer off papers. And I'm going to put my paper down. Oh, thanks, Robin. And Shannon says, art is not cerebral, it's more intuitive. Dede says, if only expert made videos, there would be only a handful of people streaming. True. Which stencils are my masks off of? You know, I don't know. I know that, because I'm just using some of the outer bits and inner bits. I know that these ones are from, I think it's Miriam's, I think it's called Frankenstencil. This one is from Rhonda's Suspicious Sprouts. This is from Becky Bokern's Zigs or Zags, I think. I think this, I don't know what that, oh, that's from Becky's Exclamations, I think it's called. This is from my Circle Pop. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna let that sit a little bit longer. Now this I think would be cool if we used like a bright pink and did like, what's that called? A wood pattern. So I'm gonna use my fluorescent pink that I have to buy more of. Hi, Ray. So I'm just gonna do all pink. I'm not gonna do an ombre on this one. It's really getting low. I have to put this on my to buy list. There we go. Sorry, I just got really quiet there, didn't I? Ooh, I like that. I'm gonna do that on the next one. So we're gonna do this and this. So this was cool. I did on the brayer off over there. I just kind of went like that. Then we did a baby wipe that off. This is a wood graining tool from Michaels in the, I think like the faux finish department. I bought it years ago. I don't know what brand it is. It's got like little teeth on this side, but I think this is rubber, so I'm sure you can find something similar. So let that dry. A wood grain tool, yes. That's funny, Zen. When I was watching Jackie Bernardi this morning, she was talking about that artist that I just mentioned. What's his name? Rex Ray. And she said that she's a real fangirl of his and that if he was still alive, she would want to have coffee with him and ask him lots of questions. So that orange wasn't very opaque, so it kind of disappeared a little bit over on this side. But I think what we can do is use those same stencils and maybe add another color on top of that. This side here was a bit more successful. So let's do that. Let's do, should we try some turquoise or purple? Let's do purple. Add some purple to that side. So I'm not going to go all the way across. I think we're just going to do like to here. Yeah, let's add some purple. I think that'll look good with the orange. And I want them going in the same direction. So let's do, so I want them going this way. So let's grab these Suspicious Sprouts pieces here. Just do that. And the triangular one, where did that go? Oh, I think I put that down here, didn't I? Ooh. This one would be cool. I should probably cut this into strips as well. Do that. I think that's enough. I'm going to lift up with this, and then we'll pick it up and we'll plop it down on that other one. Diane says she has watched some experts rave about their own works. I must admit, sometimes I've been left unimpressed. Yeah, I think the more, like I said, the more you know you don't know. And you're always learning, right? Okay, I don't know if that feels like it might be too dry, but let's try. If it doesn't work, we can use maybe some matte medium. Like I said, I don't know if that paint was wet enough. And like, I can't, when I'm doing thumbnails, it's really hard for me to go like, the most amazing technique I've ever tried, I've ever done. Like, I just feel like that's not me. I don't know. Okay, let's look at this one. Decide what color to do our pickup. So I'm just gonna try to turn it over a little bit. So we've got the turquoise, and we've got the pink, and we've got like a darker blue. And I just picked up some of that darker blue with my wet fingers. Hi, Carla. And I think I saw someone else come in. Did I say hi to you, Steph? Hi, Leona. Okay, so we got turquoise under here. So basically we have these two colors plus that bright pink. And I want something light for this to show through. So let's just stick with, let's do the white metallic that I like. This Artist Loft white metallic. Because I want the colors to look vibrant on there. Okay, let me move these pieces off of my brayer off area. I'm enjoying this method. This is still wet. I'm going to actually just use a different brayer. I'm enjoying this method of using brayer offs as a background. I'm sure I've done that before, but it's kind of cool. It's helping keep the color story somewhat cohesive. Okay, and we'll just do that there and pick it up with a piece of paper. Today I'm just using regular copy paper. I think it's 20 pound because I want to glue it down, maybe rip it, maybe cut it. Hi, Sue. So I think this one needs more. We could try to glaze that one, but I am not sure. I think I'm going to leave it as is. We could glaze it with this pink color, but I think I'm going to leave it. All right, so you notice the 20 pound copy paper, because it's thinner, it does tend to wrinkle a little bit more than that 32 pound hammer mill that I use. I feel like this one could use some black on it. Maybe that could be with some stamping. All right, this is the one that we just put down. All right, I wasn't sure if it was still wet, and it was wet enough. So there we go. We've got a bit of purple, but because of the orange, the purple is a very muted color. It's more like a brownish, but I like the complexity of it. Hello, Keeks. You've never watched me before. Well, you missed the big crash where I had to go under my desk. It was very exciting. And there's a bit of grunchiness on here, which is nice. Let's see. We want to put something more on this, but what do we want? Just going to wipe some of this orange off. Maybe some red, some bright red. Let's do some bright red with these shapes that we used on it before. And we'll do them horizontal again, but in a different order. And we'll use some of these suspicious sprouts pieces with it. So I'm going to put this beside here. So we've got some purple. Let's use brilliant red. So we're just using the cheap paints today. Do we want to do an ombre? No, we're just going to do red, straight up red, because we do have that ombre in the background there. Thanks, Carla. Carla's, she likes to watch us all on her TV. Okay, so I don't want to do the same. I want to do some different shapes. So let's do this one here. Kind of alternating them. I had that square piece. I don't know where it went. Let's do that. Don't know about that one. Do that, and here it is. Here's that square piece. We'll do that one there. I wish that was, let's make that a bit straighter. All right, let's pick that up with one of our brayer off sheets. Let's put it on this one. And got another cup of tea. You like the bright colors, Sue? So do I. Do I scare Lucy? Yes, she doesn't even come up in my room. She doesn't like it up here. It makes me sad. I wish she could hang out with me. I thought when I got the couch, she would sit there and just adore me and watch me. Hi, Dorothea. Good to see you. Diane posted a pic on the Iron Orchid design page that you were talking about last week, where she used their stamps on the gel plate. About 99% of people had no idea what I was talking about with the gel plate. Oh, yeah. It's funny. You come here and we don't know what, I think you did the acronym, the Iron Orchid acronym, and we didn't know what you're talking about. And then you go there and they don't know what you're talking about. I don't want to, I'm just going to take these off. Normally I would try to brayer them off, but I want to make sure that I get these down on this paper here. Hi, Colleen. Did I make these stencils myself? No, they're the, when you order stencils from Piedmont Studio, in the notes, if you add, please include inner and outer bits, then they'll try to send you some of these extra bits and pieces. Bonjour, Simone. Okay, so let's let that percolate. Let's see, we got So to me, these two are finished. Oh, we have this one to pull. So if you're just starting gel printing, I recommend a 5x7 size. That still feels wet though. If once you master that, once you're comfortable with that, then I recommend getting an 8x10 size. And then after that, get another 8x10, and then you can go back and forth while prints are drying. All right, so here's the one that we use the wood grain tool with. So these are going to be cut into shapes. So we'll have like little interesting bits and pieces. So I like that wood grain. I think we should do like a turquoise wood grain and pick it up with something. Excuse me. Okay. So let's do the turquoise, aqua green. We still have this one too that we can add to. Let's just go ahead and just do aqua green and do the wood grain. Although I do like it through the shapes. What if we put this on? Okay, let's do aqua green, put that on, and then we'll see if we can do the wood graining through the shapes. I don't know, we'll see. Oh, I forgot to put my red pieces down. Uh-oh, a bit of red in there. This brayer was not dry, but that's okay. So I've got lots of paint on there. It's nice and juicy. And I'm just brayering off on this other piece. And I'll show you in a second how I brayered that off. Hi, Jackie. So let's put that. Paint side down. And where's my wood grain? Let's see if we can wood grain on top of that. I'm not sure if it'll work or if it'll just pick up the stencil. It's picking up the stencil, so let's just kind of do faux wood grain. Let's see. So if I rock it, it starts to pick up the stencil. So I'm like, if I drag it, I mean, so I'm just kind of using it like a stamp to pick up. So I gotta, if I pick up, I have to also put down. Gotta pick up, gotta put down. I love it when I have like not really any conceived idea of what I'm doing, and then we just kind of play. And we'll do that too. Okay. That's helping finish this one. It's kind of giving it like a psychedelic look. Pick that up. And I feel like we should put this down on something. Don't want to put it down on that. Let's see if I have a brayer off paper in my pile. Goodness. Here, we got this one. Sorry. Move that over here. I don't know if it's too dry now. Let's see if that sticks on there. So this was a brayer off paper, similar to this one. So I brayered off the red, and then when I did the aqua, I just kind of brayered off in little sections. Let's see. No, I don't think. I was hoping this red would have some left over, but it doesn't. It don't. Let's see. So yeah, not a lot was left over there. Okay, but we can keep building on that one too. Hey, K-Berg. All right. So I think that's good now for like to cut shapes out of. It's got like a lot of interest on it. We got some red crunchy bits in there. I feel like this needs more. I don't want to use it on this one. Do I? Actually, maybe we could do a glaze of green, a yellow, and just plop it right on there and see what happens. Let's do that. Let's just do a yellow. Let's do that lemon yellow. Okay, and getting my brayer area ready. Oh, I had some turquoise left on this. Let me just get a different brayer. That's okay. Wah! No, I don't want this too thick. Because I do want the underneath to show through. Oh gosh, and there was red on the edge. So we're getting all sorts of interesting mark making here. Just wait till you see my braille off paper. It's crazy. Cray cray. Exhausted. What did Diane say? No, Diane. No, she's not. Yes, happy accidents. And check out this brayer off paper. That was from this smudgy brayer that had the turquoise and stuff on it. And then this one that pulled off some red from the edge. So that'll be neat, adding some layers to that. So it kind of never ends though when you start doing like these layers on layers. It's like, okay, but when are you gonna end? We still want to cut some out and glue them down. So we're at about an hour mark. So we'll just finish up some of these and then we'll start cutting out some shapes. This is still wet, so we can't do that one. But I like it. I think we should do pink and yellow. Pink and yellow, pink and yellow. Do yellow and we'll do our bright pink for the pickup. Let's see. Yes, so Janet says her voice is harsh, fast. I wouldn't say it's harsh. Fast, snarky, and sometimes potty. Like a 12-year-old boy. Dede, did you notice today that your Pinocchio picture you were drawing, you were coloring, there was a bird on the branch above his head that looked like he was ready to give Pinocchio a little doo-doo present. And we were all laughing. There. So that really, I like the yellow glaze. That really finished it off. That's going to look cool cut up. I like it. Hey, Mikey, she likes it. Enjoying our brayer off sheets more is like cats who like the box and not the toy. Yeah, or the 2-year-olds. Keek used a jelly plate for the first time yesterday and wondering how I'm keeping my hands clean. Well, I'm wiping them every so often. All right, so we still need that one to dry. So that one's done. That's our done pile. Done, 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 mostly done. This one's done. That one's done. And then we've got these brayer offs that we can do. This one, you know, I think it could be, let's say that one's done. Let's say that one's done. This one is barely started. So we got 3 we can do something with. This one, we need to let it dry a bit more. If you look on this, like sideways, I can still see where it's a bit wet. But that one we're going to do pink and yellow. I'm putting that with it so I don't forget. Now, let's do something on this. And I'm thinking dark blue. Phthalo blue, perhaps. And let's see, is there something we haven't used yet? I'm really enjoying these pieces from Rhonda's, what's that called? Cranky Buds? No, not Cranky Buds. Oh, thank you, Tammy. You are so sweet. Thanks, Tammy. I'm gonna send you some happy mail. You've been sending quite a bit of support lately, and you've been going through a lot of stuff. I know you don't expect happy mail, but I'm gonna send you something. I'm just gonna cut those off. This is from my Circle Pop. Someone that cut up, so Becky Bokern, she took one of my stencils, the Venice one, I think it was, and she actually like cut it up like Dede did, but she kind of cut it up and then made different prints with it. Ooh, I like that. I think I just want to maybe we'll just do a section at a time. I know it's not necessary, but I just want to send you something. You've been going through it, so. So no arguing. Okay, so I'm gonna do that over here. That's a pretty blue. Pretty blue. I think I'll just roller it. No, that one's already got. Roll it on the edge of this one. Okay, and then I'm going to use this, and I'm going to go here. There, and then I'm going to wipe this off. And then I'm going to take this sheet and push it down. Pick that up there. Looks like ladybugs. Aliens. It does look like alien ladybugs. And then what if we did this and that? I wonder if we put that here. Actually, put that closer together. I wonder what that would do. If it would go onto this paper. And I don't want to leave it on the stencil too long because it could stick. Okay, okay. What if we do the same pattern in red and put it in the middle? I'm in the zone now, in the zone. So let's do just a bit here. These look like fangs. this middle section. Hopefully centered on there. Yes, Janet Nash is a sweetie. Okay, let's see. So that's interesting. Okay, that's good. And let's just do, see if we can do a flop off like that in terms of getting the paint down onto the Gelplate. That's cool. I think the Gelplate is just such an amazing, amazing invention. It's like the funnest thing to play with. Okay, let's put that aside. Or I'm going to just kind of roll it off onto that other burrier off paper. I don't know that it's still wet enough. Oh, not really. Okay, we'll let that dry and then we'll pick that up with yellow and turquoise, maybe. Okay, so now this one we said we're going to do yellow and orange. Do I want to do it this way? Or we could do it ombre it this way. Not your orange, yellow and pink. Okay, that's dry now. So we're going to do yellow and some pink. So this is a little rough. So yeah, if you order from PM Artist Studio, make sure you ask for the leftover bits. I'm using a lot of paint here. That yellow is very strong. Oh, some brayer off difficulties happening on the side. Okay, and let's put that down. Okay, I think we're gonna pull this one, and then we'll start cutting. That one's not dry yet though. So these we'll save for, I'll save for another day. We've got all these brayer off papers. I think yellow would be cool on this one to pick up. We're kind of sticking with the vibrant tones. I'm letting it dry in between. Yes, it's important to let it dry in between so that, well, two reasons. The paint stays there when you're putting the wet paint on top. Otherwise, it's just gonna smush it. It's gonna like move it. The other reason is if you're putting wet paint on wet paint, when you put your paper on, it's not, it can pull off, oh gosh, I can't remember. It can pull off some of that paint, or it's not gonna stick to that paint. I can't remember now. My brain hurts. But definitely, if you want your pattern to stay like it is, you need to let it dry. Like when you do image transfers, you have to let it dry. Okay, so put those aside. And what did I say? I said yellow. What did I say, people? I said yellow. Oh, I can't remember. Do you guys remember what I said? Yellow and what? Yeah, the wet paint on top sticks to the dried paint, oh, and pulls, yeah. Yes, that's how you get the pickup, but I'm just explaining why you let layers dry in between layers of paint. Just yellow and pink? Yellow and pink. No, we did yellow and pink on this one. Let's just do yellow on this one. Or we could do yellow and orange and kind of do like a messy blend. I want it pretty bright there. No, I think we'll just do yellow. Because then the blue will turn green and the red will turn kind of orangey. And that'll give us a nice contrast. I'm just trying to get my brayer papers. I think yellow and aqua might have been cool, but I didn't want to have too many colors on this one. And the other thing, Keeks, is when you put your brayer down after you've rolled it, so you roll it to kind of clean it off, but it still might be wet, so put it down upside down. Otherwise, this paint will stick to your paper, and then you'll get a line that goes on your brayer and then interferes with you rolling your paint smoothly. So that's a nice brayer off. That would look cool with some patterns. So I could keep going. Like, I could do this for hours. All right, let's let that dry. This one looks ready. So this is the one that we did the wood grain with the aqua, and then we picked it up with the pink and the yellow, and then we got a cool orange color through it. The other thing is to pay attention to the translucencies of your paint. I didn't really talk about that very much today. So sometimes you want opaque paint, sometimes you want translucent paints, depending on what you're doing. So I like that one. I think that's cool. I think we've got some cool papers to work with. I'm going to put these paints back in their little home down below to use them another day. And we didn't even use, I had this whole set over here, we didn't use any of these. We didn't use any of these greens or golds. That we'll have to keep for another day. All right, so we're gonna pull out, I don't think that one's really considered done. So here's all our done papers, and we're gonna cut some shapes and put them into my little Safia journal. Here, I'll go through those slower. I think this would look, a nice glaze of something would look good on that, but we'll see. Going nice and slow. Good night, Simone. Bonsoir. And then our little caterpillar one. Okay. That is super bright, but it pulled off a lot of the paint, which is nice. Way to finish. Got 2 clean plates. Now we're going to pull this out and do some cutting. Oh, I want to show you guys some of the extra prints I did on the weekend when I was working on that disc that I did. So this is a ghost print. So you can rip up ghost print of the pan pastels on the image transfer. That's a ghost print. That was a ghost, well, I used a golden, like a blue open paint to get a little bit of an image transfer. This one I did, repeated the black image transfer right on the plate that already had the pan pastel on it. This, I don't know how that came to be, but I liked it. This was with my wonky O's on dictionary paper. So that would be fun to rip up. And then this is wonky O's, just different layers. I did record it. Maybe I can edit, maybe I'll edit this one and make a little short to show how I did that. Okay, and then this was the orange that I used for the star in that piece. So let's just lay these out. I don't know how Safia does this process, if she pre-cuts all her shapes or if she has papers in front of her and then picks them up accordingly. So we're not gonna get these all cut up, but I think what I'll do is I'll just go by the pages that are in here. Okay. All right, so now I am not, I'm just learning this type of abstract modern-y collage. I'm going to grab out some of Rex Ray's examples just to give me some ideas. So I kind of like the, let's do like some rock shapes on this first page. Okay, let's grab, let me see, indecision. Let's start easy. Let's just take, Safia says her process is ad hoc. Just see what I grab out of my stash and go page by page at random. Yeah. She says this will surprise no one. So I'm just going to cut out some kind of like wonky rock shapes out of this one. I don't know. We'll see. And then I do like, I notice a lot of Rex Ray. A lot of his things are very clean, but I think I might want to kind of grungify a little bit more. And let's do one of those loopies. I think this feels like a loopy would be cool. Okay. So there's orange here, so I think it'd be fun bring some orange. Maybe we could mimic that loopy there. And then I said, yeah, let's get some yellow. Let's do orange. And let's grab a piece of yellow. Sorry, I'm not looking at chat very closely right now. And even though I'm going to send this to Safia, I don't want to overthink it too much. One thing that Jackie Bernardi mentioned was she said that she finds it hard to cut shapes. Like, it does take practice, I suppose. I'm going to do that, have it off the page a little bit. We'll start with that, and then we can always add. I'm going to get some wax paper. I'm just going to use Eileen's tacky glue and my glue stick. Hi, Paula. And pieces that I haven't used, I'm just going to put on the side, and we might still use them. Actually, would it be cool to do maybe a strip of these? Maybe not. I don't know. Excuse me. Sorry if I hit my microphone there. And I hope you guys in replay land can hear me okay. I'm hoping my microphone on my headset is working. It wasn't working last time. Okay, so let's do this one. And I just got glue on my hand. And then we can add layers on top, like paint. You can add paint layers. It doesn't all have to be collage. If you guys didn't see the book that Safia sent me at the beginning, I did a flip through of that. And I put way too much glue on this one, but that's okay. I'll have that go off the page a bit. And we'll put that one there. I wish I had time today to just, after the stream, to just keep playing and playing. That would be fun. So I try to find a fresh spot that doesn't have glue on my wax paper. You can also use a glue book. I'll show you what my glue book looks like. That's maybe better because when I say glue book, I don't mean a book that you glue things in. I mean a book that you use to put glue on your papers. I like how that interacts with the copper. And then you can actually use your bone folder to scrunch it down. Here I missed a little bit. I missed here too. I didn't spread my glue very well there. So if you know that your papers are have permanent supplies like acrylic paint, you don't have to worry about wetting them. Okay, and then let's see. Let's scrungify that as we go. Charcoal gray, my black Inktense pencil, ink black. So the Inktense pencil, if it runs into a bit of glue, it's not going to be the end of the world because you can just wipe it off. All right, I need my water brush. Thanks, Tammy. There's no water in this water brush. So let's just get another water brush or just a regular paintbrush. Some water. Sorry, I get quite quiet when I'm painting. Okay, and instead of black, let's do like a dark turquoise around that one. Teal green. So Inktense, in theory, once you wet it and activate it, it will be permanent. And just because I'm moving on, this might not be done. I might add something else to it. But don't be afraid to cover things up. And as I mentioned earlier, I am not an expert. If you have tips in chat, go for it. If you have comments for the comment section, if you're a replayer, I appreciate comments. I'm very happy to have any constructive tips like that. I do want to add, I want to cut up some of these other papers though. Let's see. Okay. I think I'll end up adding something to that. And this is something you could do while you're watching someone stream. Okay, let's see. I'm having not a fear in, but I just feel like I'm not being brave or being bold enough. Okay, where's my scissors? I think it's one of those things where if you, as you go, you warm up and you get more and more into it. I can't, where's my fussy cutting scissors? Here's my big scissors. Here's my bone folder. This is why you need to put things away where they go, because then you can't find them. Okay, well, I don't see my fussy cutting scissors, so I'm going to go grab a smaller pair of scissors from my other desk. These are not my favorite scissors. I like my other scissors better. I'm just going to cut that. So Safia wrote that this is how it was with the one sheet that I showed earlier that she sent me. She said, the more I did, the more I enjoyed it. Found it easier. It just snowballed. Yeah, warming up. And I kind of want to cut in between here, but I kind of also like the way they look together. So I'm going to just... just gonna do that. I'm just gonna glue that down. And if it doesn't please me, then that's okay. So this is a glue book that it's like a telephone book or something like that, where you can just turn the page, throw it away. Hi, Lisa Mingus. All right, so this time I'm going to be more careful to spread my glue out. All the way to the edges. And then I'll cut off that excess after. Okay. And then let's just cut. Diane says this reminds her of improv quilting. She has done that in the past. Well, that sounds very interesting. Sounds like you did a lot of quilting, Diane. So I don't know if Janet's still here, but it doesn't look like I'm going to get all I got my taxes done, so I don't think I'm going to get my scavenger hunt finished, but I'm going to keep working on it, and I'll show it from time to time. this. So I know this isn't earth-shattering, and Rex Ray, he started small. He did lots of little collages, and then gradually he did big, huge canvases with lots of layers, and you got to start somewhere, right? I'm going to glue that there, and we'll glue this here. Now, if you're gluing acrylic paint to acrylic paint, you'd need a strong glue. So that's cool. I should zoom in. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here, people. I'm not going to touch my camera because I don't want it to fall over again. And then I think you have to learn what shapes appeal to you, right? But make sure you check out Safia on Instagram. I know Paula just arrived. She does a lot of amazing collages. Most of her work I've seen has been on the Makers of Mixed Media Facebook group. So again, I'm trying not to think too much. I feel like it's very quiet because I'm not talking. So I hope you guys are all entertaining yourselves. Hi, Jeannie. This is a book that Safia sent me, and I had sent her some papers, and she decorated it, and she sent it back to me. So eventually, when I get this one all done, I'm going to send it back to her. I'm going to send this one to her, and then we'll each have a little collaborative journal that we've both worked on. Yeah, so Sister All will show it as it goes. Like as I work on it, I'll pull it out and I'll show you guys pages. Oh no, oh no, that's why you gotta put the lid on these things. So Paula says, yes, she only posts in Makers. So I will, I'll try to remember to put the link to Makers of Mixed Media Facebook group. It's the PM Artist Studio group. Right now, Paula and Carrie the Crafter are hosting a color combo. I don't recall what the colors are, but Paula, if you want to tell us what the colors are, that would be awesome. Just going to pick up some of that glue. All right. I was going to do it this way, wasn't I? Now, I'm not saying each of these pages is finished. This is kind of like the first go through. Okay, all right, let's see. So I want to try to use each one of the papers we made today, but we're running out of time. Let's see. This one's a mess. I should definitely add something to this. We'll come back to that. Here I added a bit of green. This has some turquoise. I could maybe put that purple on here. Would that go on this one? Doesn't really go with that though. That's a question. Do we need the sides of the pages to coordinate? That is a very good question. Can I just cut a random shape out of this? I don't know. Now, is having all these designs on here, is it too restrictive? Is it making me, is it dictating the shapes for me? I don't, you know, maybe I need to get looser and make my own shapes out of these papers, right? I don't know. Maybe I should just cut out a bunch of shapes and then see where they fit in the book. What do you guys do? What's your process? Either replay or those in the chat. I like how this yellow goes across there. There's that. That's the piece that I used to do the sun in that. Ooh. In that canvas collage that I did. I think I like that there. I'm going to just glue that on there. So maybe my painty papers for this are too detailed. Maybe I want them more uniform. Safia says she has a small zip bag for small scraps, which she uses in mini collages and for tiny journals. I don't know. I'm being indecisive, which isn't good for streaming, that's for sure. And then this one, I thought I had those leftover circles. I'm probably gonna glue them onto here. Like I'll cut. Just go ahead and do that. Just gonna cut that there. And right, use my glue book. Lisa says she has a tiny journal cover waiting on her desk. That's cool. Sorry, I'm missing so much chat because I'm trying to focus. Safia also says, keep the bits you cut off from stuff. You'd be amazed how useful yeah, like this is a leftover bit from my collage that I did on the weekend. And I like that. I think that goes pretty good together. This image is from a collage soup book, this lady. when Safia worked through a mini journal, 2.5-inch page squares. That was a lot of fun to do. And then that's the one we did last time. Ooh, there, I feel it there. I don't know. I think you just go by feel. Like, what do you feel? Does that go there? Do you feel like it goes there? Safia, Paula says she loves matchbook art. She hasn't made any in a while. I noticed that Messy Dye, she was live the other day, and her and her guest, I can't remember her guest's name, but they were doing, they were making matchbook journals. Like, they were not doing art in them, but they were kind of making them. Is that too much? I think I'm gonna do it. I feel like I'm just starting to get in a groove. And then it'll be time for me to sign off. But what I'll do is every week, if I've done some work in this book, I will show you guys. Messy Dye says that she loves seeing these prints used as much as the actual printmaking, or maybe more. Put that one there. Or is that two same? Maybe it's two same. Two same. This I glued down from the bubble, that bubble day. What if we just we cut just a circle and put it on there. I'm using my big scissors. I'm just gonna cut a circle. I don't know if I'm gonna like it, but if I don't like it, we can always use it in something else. And it's not a perfect circle. Let's do it. Jennifer, I'm always learning new ways to use my prints. Sometimes I make prints that are standalone prints, but a lot of prints that we all make are prints that are for cutting up and collage. And some people make collages that resemble something. And some people just make abstract collages. Good night, Paula. Have fun jelly plating. Is it Keeks? It used to be Fortnite, right? Now it's Keeks. Ooh, I want to cut that and glue it on there. But I want to just kind of keep the organic kind of shapes. So I'm going tap dancing tonight, and then tomorrow, not tomorrow, next week, we have our first competition. It's about an hour and a half away, so we're going to stay in a hotel. Hi, Lindy. Safia says that dark blue one is made with a super secret technique. It was with a stick, not her finger. That's the super secret technique. Was it on a gel plate? It looks like it's got like dendritic gel plating kind of texture. So for those coming in, all the background pages are sent to me by Safia. And I'm playing in her book, and then she played in a book that I sent her. So I'm going to play in this book, and then I'm going to send it back to her. And it's not, there's no like real theme or reason for this book. I like that there. That was from the other day. We didn't make that print today. I don't think you have to have nice patterns on your prints. Like this one here that I'm gluing, this circle, it didn't have a pattern on it at all. Sometimes I think it's just the shape that you cut it into is what makes it interesting. Hi, Sherry, by the way. So see how that doesn't have a pattern on it? It's just a color. It's just colors, random colors. I'm gonna cut, no, I'm gonna leave that in my pile of prints. So we'll use that one. Let's see, can we use a few more? This one's really bright. I don't know if it's gonna work in this journal. And then this, someone sent me this piece of paper. I don't remember who it was, but I glued it. I think it was, I can't remember. I glued it down there. This I glued down little bits and pieces. Bits and pieces there. Maybe this would be, maybe I'll just cut a 4-inch square and put it down next to this one. I'm gonna go cut a 4-inch piece of paper. And then I think we will sign off because I think that's pretty much my time for today. Let me just cut this down. And I won't even do a review of the prints because you guys were here for all of them. Just going to cut a 4x4 piece of paper and show you where I'm going to put it. So please, if you're one of my subscribers and you're watching this live or you're watching the replay, I would really appreciate it if you watched my video that I did on the weekend where I showed how I made this canvas that's going to live in my room. I'd really like it if you watch that. Leave me a little comment. So I'm going to glue that down there because I like how it kind of ties together, and then I could probably do some black doodles on there. So I think that is it for today. Let's see if we can get some sort of, oh no, that's not my good scissors. Hopefully I'll find my good scissors. I don't know what I'm going to do for a thumbnail. Let's just throw a bunch of papers around here and we'll see if that, will that end up as a thumbnail? Probably not that page, but maybe something that just has stuff we did today. Maybe the one, not the black, that one. Maybe that'll be our thumbnail. I don't know. Let's see, what did Julie say? Julie says she was thinking for those of us who have die cut machines to look through our dies and see which ones would have interesting outlines for this and cut out on Yupo or a file folder. Yeah, you can make your own stencils using Yupo. You can also use your dies to, you know, visualize a section of a print you've done. That's a good idea too. Thanks, Dar. Let's see, I'm going to zoom out a bit So you guys can see my whole messy desk. So something like that. Maybe that should be our thumbnail. We'll see. This page is a little iffy, but all right. Well, thanks for hanging out with me, everybody. I enjoyed it. I'm going to see you guys next Wednesday. I don't know if I will be doing, like I did a video this past week. I'm not promising to do one every week. If I have something that I want to do that's best served as a video, that's what I'll do. And I appreciate you guys watching and hanging out with me and sharing your experiences and your thoughts. And it's just great. It's great hanging out with you guys. All right. Bye-bye. See you next week. Oh, this is where I can't end it with the thing in the holder. All right. Bye, guys.